To the one who feels uncertain and weary, let me tell you this: you are not alone. Every step you have taken, every moment of doubt you've endured, and every tear you've cried has been seen by the one who knows you better than anyone ever could. You may feel like the weight of the world rests on your shoulders, but you were never meant to carry it alone. The struggles you face are not a sign of weakness. They are the forging fire shaping you into something extraordinary. Life, in its unpredictable twists and turns, often leaves us feeling lost. It's easy to wonder, why is this happening to me, or how can I possibly go on? But even in the midst of your questions and the heaviness that clings to your heart, there is a plan unfolding, one so intricate and beautiful that only a loving Creator could weave it together. Remember this: for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. You may not see the full picture now, and that's okay. Faith isn't about having all the answers, it's about trusting the one who does. The moments of confusion and pain you are walking through have a purpose, even if that purpose isn't immediately clear. Just as a seed must first be buried in the darkness of the soil to grow, you too are in a season of preparation. This isn't the end of your story, it's the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with resilience, courage, and eventual triumph. Take heart in this truth: your journey is being guided. Even when the path feels unclear, you are not wandering aimlessly. Each step, no matter how small, is being directed by a hand far greater than yours. And though the road may seem steep, you are being equipped for the climb. Patience is key in this process. It's hard to wait, especially when the answers seem delayed, but know this: waiting is never wasted. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. In this time of waiting and uncertainty, allow yourself the grace to simply be. Rest when you need to. Take comfort in knowing that rest is not a sign of giving up but a moment to recharge. Trust that in your stillness, healing is taking place. Your soul is being prepared for the next season, one filled with blessings you cannot yet imagine. There is peace on the horizon, peace that surpasses all understanding, and it is meant for you. Resilience doesn't mean you have to be strong all the time. It's okay to feel tired, to question, and even to stumble. What matters is that you don't give up. Every time you rise after falling, you become stronger. Every time you choose to hope when despair threatens to take over, you grow deeper in faith. And every time you trust in the promises of God, you draw closer to the peace that only He can give. Your struggles are not in vain. They are being redeemed in ways you cannot yet see. The pain you feel now is creating a foundation for something greater, a testimony of hope that will one day encourage others. You are being molded, refined, and prepared for a purpose that is uniquely yours. Hold on to the promise that no tear you shed will ever be wasted. Let me encourage you to lift your eyes, even in the hardest moments. When the weight of uncertainty presses down on you, look up. Fix your gaze on the one who is constant, unchanging, and ever faithful. Trust that His plans are good even when life feels anything but. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. You are not forgotten. You are cherished beyond measure. In this journey, allow love to be your anchor, both the love you receive and the love you give. Let kindness, even to yourself, guide your steps. Forgive yourself for not being perfect, for being human. Remember that the Creator of the universe sees you not as a failure, but as His beloved. When you feel unworthy, remind yourself of the truth: you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and there is nothing that can separate you from His love. Peace is coming. It may feel far off, like the faint glow of dawn on a dark horizon, but it is there. Each day brings you closer to it. Keep walking, keep hoping, and keep trusting. You are not walking this road alone. Your journey is being carried forward by a strength greater than your own, and every step you take is meaningful. So to you, weary soul, I say this: hold on. Keep faith. The struggles of today are shaping you for the blessings of tomorrow. Your story is still being written, and it's a story of redemption, love, and victory. Trust in the one who holds the pen. Peace and blessings are on their way, and when they come, you will look back on this time and see how every moment was woven into a beautiful tapestry of grace. The best is yet to come. To the one who feels as though life has become an uphill climb, let me remind you that even in the steepest stretches, you are being carried. The path may be uneven, riddled with obstacles that test your spirit and push you to the limits of your endurance. But you are not walking this road alone. The same hands that crafted the stars hold you now, steadying your steps, even when you feel as though you are falling. It's hard, isn't it? To keep moving forward when the way ahead feels so uncertain. The questions come like waves. Am I enough? Will I ever overcome this? Why does it feel like nothing is changing? These are the questions of a heart longing for peace, for answers, for a break from the heaviness. And while the answers may not come all at once, there is something you can hold on to, a truth that never changes. You are deeply loved and you are not forgotten. Every struggle you face has meaning, even if that meaning is hidden from view. You are like a sculptor's block of marble, and though the process may feel like loss, like pieces of you are being chipped away, what remains is a masterpiece. You are being refined, shaped by challenges that will one day reveal the beauty of who you truly are. The Creator is not finished with you yet. When you feel weary, when the temptation to give up whispers in your ear, let yourself pause, but do not let yourself quit. Rest is not defeat. Rest is a sacred pause, a chance to breathe deeply and remember that you are human. In those moments, remind yourself of the promises that have carried countless others through their darkest days. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11 verse 28. There is a divine strength available to you, one that does not depend on your own abilities but flows from a source that is unending. Lean into that strength when your own feels insufficient. Let it fill the cracks in your heart and steady your spirit. You were never meant to carry your burdens alone. They are too heavy for any one person, but they are not too heavy for the one who walks with you. Patience is perhaps the hardest virtue to practice when your heart longs for change. The waiting feels endless and the answer seems so far away. But in the waiting, something beautiful is happening. Like seeds planted in a field, your faith is taking root in the unseen. Though you may not yet see the growth, it is there, quietly preparing to break through the surface. And when it does, it will bear fruit far greater than you could have imagined. Remember, the waiting is not punishment, it is preparation. You are being readied for something that requires this time of stillness and trust. Hold fast to this. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. The strength you need is already being poured into you, moment by moment, as you continue to press forward. Let hope be your anchor during this time. Hope is not a fragile wish. It is a steadfast assurance that good is coming, even when you cannot yet see it. It is the light in the distance, guiding you through the fog of uncertainty. Cling to that hope, for it will not disappoint you. It is a reminder that every storm has an end, every night gives way to dawn, and every season of struggle will be met with redemption. And what of your struggles? They are not without purpose. Each challenge, each tear, each moment of doubt, they are threads in the tapestry of your life. A tapestry that, when viewed up close, may seem chaotic and tangled but will one day reveal a masterpiece of divine design. Your story is not over. This chapter, as difficult as it may be, is leading to something greater. The trials you face now are forging within you a strength that will not be shaken, a faith that will not falter. In the midst of it all, do not forget the power of gratitude. Even in seasons of difficulty, there are moments of grace to be found. A kind word from a friend, a sunset painting the sky, the quiet comfort of knowing you are still here, still breathing, still fighting. Each of these is a reminder that goodness exists, even in the valleys. Gratitude shifts your perspective, turning your focus from what is lacking to what is present. And in doing so, it creates space for joy to enter your heart. As you walk this road, let love guide your steps. Love for yourself, love for others, and love for the one who walks with you. Be gentle with yourself, knowing that perfection is not required, only progress. Extend kindness to others even when it feels like you have little left to give. Love has a way of multiplying when shared, filling not only the hearts of those around you but your own as well. Most importantly, remember this: you are never alone. Not in the darkest nights or the most uncertain days. You are surrounded by a love that is infinite and unconditional, a love that holds you even when you feel unworthy of it. That love will carry you through, just as it has carried countless others before you. So take heart, dear one. The journey may be long, but you are not walking it in vain. There is purpose in every step, even the painful ones. Peace is coming, and with it, blessings beyond what you can imagine. Hold on to hope, trust in the process, and know that the best is yet to come. You are stronger than you realize, braver than you feel, and more loved than you will ever know. Keep walking. The dawn is closer than it seems. And so, as you take another step forward on this uncertain path, know this: every single step matters. Even the smallest act of courage, the quietest moment of faith, is seen and cherished. You may not feel brave, and yet, by continuing to rise each day and face the challenges before you, you embody a strength you cannot yet comprehend. This strength is not your own alone. It is the strength that comes from being supported by something far greater than yourself. Your journey is not an accident. Every twist, every turn, every unexpected detour has a purpose. It's difficult to see this when you're in the middle of it all, when the road seems endless and the destination unclear. But you are being guided by a loving hand, one that sees the entirety of the path even when you cannot. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust is the bridge between the uncertainty of now and the clarity of what is to come. There is beauty in surrendering to the process, even when it feels like you are losing control. In truth, control is an illusion that can burden your heart. Letting go of the need to understand everything, to predict every outcome, frees you to simply be. To rest in the assurance that you are cared for and that everything is unfolding as it should. This surrender is not giving up, it is giving over. It is placing your life, your fears, and your hopes into the hands of the one who holds all things together. Perhaps you felt the sting of disappointment, dreams that seemed within reach slipping away, plans unraveling before your eyes. These moments are painful, and it's natural to grieve what could have been. Yet even in the midst of loss there is hope. Sometimes the doors that close are not rejections but redirections. They are not the end of the story but the beginning of a new chapter, one that holds possibilities you never imagined. Trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by. Resilience is being built in you one day at a time. Like a tree weathering the storm, you are becoming stronger, your roots growing deeper even as the winds howl around you. You may feel battered, but you are not broken. Each challenge you face is equipping you with wisdom, empathy, and courage, qualities that will not only serve you but also allow you to serve others. For one day your story will be a light for someone else walking a similar path. Let this truth settle in your heart. You are not defined by your struggles. You are not the sum of your mistakes, your failures, or your fears. You are a beloved creation, designed with intention and filled with purpose. Your worth is not determined by what you accomplish or how perfectly you navigate life's challenges. It is inherent, unchanging, and rooted in the unconditional love of the one who made you. There will be days when it feels like the darkness is winning, when the weight of your burdens makes it hard to see any light at all. In those moments, remember that even the smallest spark of hope can pierce the deepest darkness. Hold on to that spark, nurture it with prayer, and let it grow. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. No matter how overwhelming the darkness may seem, it will never extinguish the light within you. Do not underestimate the power of community in this journey. You were never meant to walk this road alone. Look for those who can walk alongside you, who can offer a listening ear, a kind word, or a steady hand. And be that person for others when you are able. Connection is a gift, a reminder that we are all threads in the same tapestry, each one essential to the whole. In moments of doubt, return to gratitude. It may feel impossible to find reasons to give thanks when life is hard, but even the smallest blessings can be sources of immense comfort. The warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of laughter, the stillness of a quiet morning, these are glimpses of grace, reminders that beauty still exists in the midst of hardship. Gratitude shifts your perspective from what is lacking to what is abundant, opening your heart to receive even more. As you continue on this path, do not rush the process. Growth takes time and healing is not linear. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate the small victories, no matter how insignificant they may seem. Each one is a testament to your resilience and a step toward the person you are becoming. Remember, too, that peace is not the absence of struggle but the presence of trust. It is the calm that comes from knowing you are held, even when the storm rages around you. Seek that peace, not in the fleeting comforts of this world but in the eternal promise that you are loved and that your life has purpose. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:7. This journey is shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for a future filled with blessings. It may not look like what you imagined, but it will be good because it is being crafted by a loving hand. Trust that every tear you've cried, every prayer you've whispered, Every step you've taken has been seen. Nothing is wasted. Every moment of hardship is being redeemed. So take heart, dear one. You are not alone, and you never have been. The one who walks with you knows your pain, your fears, and your hopes. He is for you, not against you. His plans for you are good, and his promises are sure. The road ahead may still hold challenges, but it also holds joy, peace, and fulfillment beyond what you can imagine. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. The dawn is breaking, and with it comes the light that will illuminate your path and reveal the beauty of all that has been woven together for your good. You are stronger than you know, more loved than you can comprehend, and held more securely than you can imagine. Trust in this and let it carry you through. The best is yet to come. As you journey forward, let these words sink into your heart. You are being prepared even now for something extraordinary. The challenges you face are not random. They are shaping you in ways that will one day reveal the fullness of your purpose. Every struggle, every moment of uncertainty, is like a chisel in the hands of a master sculptor, carefully crafting you into the unique creation you were always meant to be. There is purpose in the waiting, though it may feel endless at times. Waiting is not a passive state, it is an active season of growth. While you wait for answers, for healing, or for the next step to become clear, know that you are not standing still. Beneath the surface, roots are growing deeper, strengthening your foundation. Like a tree that endures the winter, you are storing the strength needed to flourish when the season changes. Trust in the timing of your life, even when it doesn't align with your expectations. The delays you experience are not denials. They are opportunities for something greater to unfold. You may feel as though you're falling behind, but in truth, you are exactly where you need to be. He has made everything beautiful in its time, Ecclesiastes 3:11. Rest in this promise, knowing that the beauty of your journey is still being revealed. When you feel weary, remember that you do not walk this path alone. The one who created you walks beside you, offering strength when you have none, peace when your heart is troubled, and comfort when the weight of the world feels too heavy to bear. You are never abandoned. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10. Let this assurance be an anchor for your soul, steadying you in the midst of the storm. Even in your weakest moments, you are stronger than you think. The resilience within you has been cultivated through every trial you've faced, every challenge you've overcome. Look back for a moment, not to dwell on the past but to recognize how far you've come. There were times you thought you wouldn't make it, and yet here you are, still standing. That strength is evidence of the divine hand that has carried you and will continue to carry you through. It is okay to rest. Sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is to pause, to allow yourself the grace to simply be. Rest is not a sign of weakness. It is a necessary part of the journey. In rest, you find renewal, in your body, in your mind, and in your spirit. It is in these moments of stillness that you can hear the quiet voice of peace, reminding you that you are held, that you are loved, and that you are enough. Peace is not found in the absence of challenges but in the presence of trust. Trust that you are being guided even when the way forward is unclear. Trust that there is purpose in every twist and turn of your journey. And trust that the one who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. Philippians 1:6. This trust does not require you to have all the answers. It only asks that you take the next step, however small it may be. Gratitude is your ally in this season. Even in the midst of hardship, there are glimpses of beauty and grace. The kindness of a friend, the warmth of the sun, the quiet moments of reflection. These are reminders that goodness exists, even in the midst of struggle. Cultivating gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present, opening your heart to receive even more. As you continue to walk this path, remember that your journey is uniquely yours. It cannot be compared to anyone else's, for it has been designed with care and intention. The pressures of the world may tempt you to measure your worth by achievements, timelines, or external validation, but your value is not determined by these things. You are infinitely loved and cherished, not because of what you do but because of who you are, a beloved creation of the divine. The pain you carry is not unnoticed, nor is it meaningless. Every tear you've cried, every ache in your heart, is known and held with tenderness. Though it may not feel like it now, your pain is a seed that will one day yield a harvest of joy. Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. Psalm 126:5. Trust that even in the midst of sorrow, there is a promise of redemption. a promise that your struggles will not be in vain. There is a light within you that cannot be extinguished, no matter how dark the night may seem. This light is your hope, your faith, and your resilience. It is the spark that keeps you moving forward, even when the road ahead is uncertain. Nurture this light with love, with truth, and with the reminders of who you are and whose you are. As the days unfold, let yourself dream again. It's easy to become guarded, to protect your heart from the disappointment of unfulfilled hopes. But dreaming is an act of faith. It is a declaration that you believe in the possibility of something greater. Allow yourself to imagine the blessings that await you, the fulfillment of promises that have been spoken over your life. Hold these dreams loosely, trusting that the Creator's plans for you are even greater than what you can envision. Know that every step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to the peace and blessings that await. The journey may be long, but it is not without purpose. You are being guided, supported, and prepared for something extraordinary. Trust in this process and let it transform you. As your journey unfolds, remember that every moment has meaning, and every step carries you closer to the fulfillment of the promises placed upon your life. Though the road may seem winding, trust that it is leading you exactly where you are meant to be. The trials you endure now are not the end. They are the preparation for something greater than you can imagine. In the quiet moments when the world feels heavy, let your heart rest in this truth. You are deeply loved and divinely held. You are not walking this path alone. Even when it feels as though the silence stretches on and your prayers echo back unanswered, know that He is with you. His presence surrounds you whether you feel it or not, and His hand is guiding you through every valley, over every mountain, and into every new season. Think of your life as a masterpiece in progress. The Creator sees the full picture, even when all you can see are the scattered pieces. The brushstrokes of joy and sorrow, of triumph and struggle, are blending together to form something breathtakingly beautiful. One day you will look back and see how every moment, every experience, was woven together with purpose. Do not fear the unknown. Instead, embrace it as a space where faith grows and trust deepens. The unknown is where miracles happen. It is in this sacred space that you learn to rely not on your own understanding but on the one who holds all things together. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. Let this be your guide when the way ahead feels unclear. And when you stumble, and you will, for we all do, remember that grace is always waiting to lift you back up. You are not defined by your mistakes or your moments of doubt. You are defined by the love that surrounds you, a love so vast and unchanging that it transcends every failure, every fear, every uncertainty. You are not a burden to this love, you are its very purpose. Take courage in the knowledge that your struggles are not wasted. The tears you shed are watering seeds of growth, and the burdens you carry are shaping a resilience that will one day shine as a testimony of triumph. Hold on to the promise that your pain will not last forever. Joy is coming, and it will be all the sweeter for the trials you have endured. This journey is not just about reaching a destination, it is about transformation. It is about becoming the person you were created to be, strong, compassionate, and filled with hope. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to grow in faith, to deepen your trust, and to discover the strength within you. The process may be difficult, but it is also sacred. You are being refined, and the result will be more glorious than you can imagine. Do not underestimate the power of hope. Hope is the anchor that steadies you in the storm, the light that guides you through the darkness. Hope does not deny the reality of hardship. It simply refuses to let hardship have the final word. Hold tightly to hope even when it feels fragile. Nurture it with the promises of truth, with the reminders of past victories, and with the assurance that you are never alone. Surround yourself with love. Seek out the people and places that fill your heart with peace and encouragement. Let their words and presence remind you of your worth and your purpose, and in turn be a source of light for others. Sometimes, in lifting someone else, we find that we are lifted too. As the days unfold, allow yourself to dream again. Let your dreams be bold, and let them reflect the goodness and abundance of the one who placed them in your heart. Do not be afraid to step into the unknown, for it is there that you will discover the fullness of who you are and who you are becoming. There is so much ahead for you, so much joy, so much peace, so many blessings waiting to be unveiled. The struggles of today are but a chapter in a story that is still being written. Trust the author, who knows the end from the beginning, and who is faithful to complete the good work He has begun in you. As you move forward, may you find strength in every step, hope in every moment, and love in every corner of your journey. You are more resilient than you know, more loved than you can comprehend, and more capable than you believe. Keep going, dear one. The dawn is breaking, and with it comes a new day filled with promise and possibility. Take this message with you as a reminder of your worth, your purpose, and the unfailing love that holds you. Let it encourage you to keep the faith, to trust the process, and to embrace the journey, knowing that every moment is leading you towards something extraordinary. The best is yet to come.